Come down, hotel, lobby. Receptionist, what now? 11 a.m. Check out. Might give her one foul just to tell her.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us in downtown New Orleans at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the New Orleans Saints. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. Fielded about a yard deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Don't get nervous. Tight dog.
Now a handoff looking right. And some room to run now. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A great effort there. His 14th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, they said they wanted to have some explosive runs. How about that one to start the game?
And I would say on the defensive sideline, there's a lot to answer for, because you spend all week saying, stop the run. I don't care who you're playing. You don't want to get run over. You don't want to get run past. And they got both. Over-committing in the secondary, and he just went stepping past them and is still running, essentially.
One play, and he hits pay dirt.
Let's go. Come on, set, 8, read. Three buck.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On play action, they'll throw. He's got it to Williams. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the Bucs 35-yard line.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Watch the screen. Hey, look, screen.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
Here we go. 70, Indy. Get it.
He'll look to throw. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
26-yard line.
Ready, ready. 90 Wolf.
In your face.
Who draw quarters?
40's mark. 40's the mark. Let's go. Let's go.
Deep grip. Deep grip.
Now the first carry for Bush. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
10-2 stop.
I got it.
Here's 2nd and 8. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down. 7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8.
And 8 yards to go.
They'll set up to throw. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 12. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. But no doubt, a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
Watch twist. Watch lock it. Do.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
That's the way to hit.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
25-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now they try the right side here. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
But when we go back to our conversation with the defensive coordinator, that type of a play was not a surprise to him. He expected trickery in this game, yet somehow his defense, they still took the cheese and got caught in the mousetrap.
Check 66. Let's go.
They'll look to throw here on first down. That's complete right around the 8. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up. Slam.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just cover corners? Some of them actually will stick their nose in and tackle when necessary?
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. From 3 yards out as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fairly short kick, taken at the 14 here. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Here's a run on first down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard, 2nd and 11. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Here we go, set, 18 Gator.
All day, baby, all day.
Sit up.
Corner's the mark. Squeeze. Focus, defense.
Let's go. At 52.
And to give this time to the tailback. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Set up. 60 Pittsburgh.
Here we go, here we go.
Topper. 5.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And that's caught by Smith. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 37. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Ready up.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense. And here we go.
Snap.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, we have got to run the football. We've got to get it going right now.
Yeah, to this point in the 2nd quarter, it has been a struggle. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 18.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control. Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now a handoff looking right. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
On the ready. Mike 47. Let's go.
They'll set up a throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. First down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13.
Let's go now.
Now on first down, he'll drop the throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Fake. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Second and 10 from the 33-yard line.
47. Go! Cheetah! Cheetah! 47 is the mic. All day, every day. Any 47 Mike, 47 Mike, Mike 47. You got it.
Second and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And for the Saints here on third down, an extra defensive back on the field. They'll drop the throw. Uncorks one for Davis. It's caught at the 10. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
First and goal at the 9-yard line.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. So we come upon halftime with our score 14-0. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Mike's 40.
Protein spill.
36.
Shoot.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Mike 40, check, he's coming.
Looking to throw. He's got his man, it's Williams. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. That'll be a pickup of 29 yards there. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. And to give this time to the tailback. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Get that ball.
They'll run it now out of the gun. $23 yards on the pickup there and a first. So a decent deficit at this stage in the second half. 4-down territory?
No doubt about it. There's not a chance that he hasn't looked ahead and said, okay, if we gain yardage on this play, this is what we'll do going forward. If we lose yardage, this is the play call that I'll have ready.
Hey, Sam off.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play that time, but it sets up 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal at the 4-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And that is going to set up 3rd and goal.
Here we go. 90 Wolf.
Check pass. Check 4.
They'll run it with Bush. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
Austin Seibert on for the field goal.
And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Down here in the third quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, and one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the second miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
How about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not getting...
And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Marcus Davenport in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. And he'll give it here to his running back. He's got room to run past the 20. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A big play there. 92 yards as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team, because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
That's the way.
Here's a 2nd and 7. This is caught by Williams. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
And the Saints, first down. 1st and 10 at the 30.
Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
60 out more.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll run it now out of the gun. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the fourth quarter. Just rely more on the passing attack?
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback operate, and try and find some targets in the open field downfield.
8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. The Saints on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Back to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. The open man is Smith. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Here's a quick hitch route and the throw complete. He'll get 15 and a Saints first down.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
You ain't doing nothing today.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
The Saints on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 4. They'll look to throw here. The quick slant caught, and he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. From 10 yards out, and the Saints get a bit closer. Whoa! He just yanked that one well to the left, and no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Second and 3. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down.
First down, Tampa Bay.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Going to give this time to the tailback. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. And now this defense trying to use the clock to their advantage. They'll take the timeout here with 2:08 left. And then they'll have another stop coming up at the 2-minute warning. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. 2nd and 9 now. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Von Bell. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning.
The 46-yard line.
Ready? Now.
They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll get only a couple down to the 44. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
A gain of 2 brings up second and 8 at the 44-yard line.
So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Check, 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 check.
General West.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is caught. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. So on 4th down, a big-time completion. And the defense, they've got to be shaking their heads right now.
Not only shaking their heads, but understand that they committed one of those cardinal sins that they...
Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. They come out here in the eye. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal.
Crunch, crunch, 61, matchbox lights.
Show it up.
They'll try to run this one in. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. This Tampa Bay defense, they held strong on the first 2 plays. Now 3rd and goal.
Check 99. Check 99. Switch, switch, switch. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Back, back, back. Whip, 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 whip. Watch the whip.
Coming. Ready.
They'll try to run this one in. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I know this is your spot, partner, so forgive me for jumping in, but there's no decision right here. They have to go for it in this situation. They're down on the scoreboard. How many other opportunities are you going to get?
Yeah, I'm with you. 4th quarter, like you said, down on the scoreboard. And remember here, a field goal virtually does them no good. The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal.
Everybody scoot up, heavy, heavy.
Hey, Delta.
Ford is Mike. Ford is Mike.
80 weapon. Go.
Yeah, that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on 4th down, this is a big call. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends.
Double tight, double tight. 4 down. Check, check.
Go.
Watch 12. Yeah, check. Hey, Mike. Let's go.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
And 1 down and
And now nothing but green ahead of him. He's at the 30, the 20, and it's a pick six. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. And that will write a finish to this ball game. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
The extra point up and good, but this one was decided anyway, as that will be the final action in this ball game. So we had action to the very end of this one. The score on the final play that they didn't need to have. They didn't just run out the clock, though. They added to their final total.
Played it all the way to the end. And, you know, some coaches preach that and tell their teams, that's what I want all the time. And they feel like if they don't do it themselves, they're not living up to the message that they're sending out.
So for Tampa Bay, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-4. And they'll have another road date next week with the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, it's another week with more questions than answers as